Swiggity sorty, let's get that booty.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Slim Cogcast. It is I, Slim Cognito, and let me tell you what I've been up to. So, first thing to kick it off, anime and TV shows and movies. I actually tore back into My Hero Academia. We've been so busy, I haven't gotten completely caught up, but I have seen a bit. And then I got to a point where my player just kept buffering for no reason, and I immediately tabbed over to another window and got distracted, and it was off the rails from there. And that's how busy I am. And still today, I'm gonna finish watching, but I gotta make some sub badges for you guys over at the Twitch channel, so get ready for that. And as time goes on, I'm getting slowly convinced to go ahead and play the fucking Prime trilogy. And I really don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm not really geared up to do that, but at the same time, I feel kind of wrong to do it. I mean, if you want to weigh in, there's a poll going on my Twitter right now. You can go and try, and put your 2 cents in. Let me know if you think that I should play the trilogy or not. But I'm starting to get convinced, even though I don't really want to. So, fuck. How many more days do we have left in this month? It might literally take me the rest of this month to finish the Prime series. If I can beat each Prime in 2 sessions, then I may be able to finish all the Primes before the month is out. So now, seeing that I beat Ori and the Blind Forest in 2 sessions, and it was great. That's what I played this past week. And you can check out the VODs over on Twitch, and we'll eventually get them over to YouTube. All of the VODs from the playthroughs of the Metro month are already archived and ready to upload from edit. But I just gotta sit down and edit them, and that's more time I need. But I ain't complaining. Actually, I just gotta organize myself, to be honest with you. Now, the thing about Ori and the Blind Forest, my honest opinion, is that it is a beautiful game. It put art style over graphics, as it should, as always, video games in general. And the mechanics are very intuitive and unique. The air dash off of lanterns and projectiles is very nice. I was in love with that mechanic more than all of the others. The only gripe I had was just pressing down while in the air was to do the slam. I didn't like the fact that that was the only thing needed to activate it. Therefore, sometimes you can mistakenly activate it whenever the game has its slight mishaps. For instance, say once you get the climb ability, you will be able to latch onto a wall holding R2. And in order to scale down the wall, you would just press down. But if so happen the game decides that you did not grab the wall, or it decides to, maybe let go of your grip while going down the wall because there's a part in the middle of the wall that's registered as a flat surface, well, you're going to be slamming yourself to death several times. And the most specific thing that I'm talking about, the reason I'm speaking in such specific terms, is the very last mission, the very last gameplay section of that game was hell to deal with, man. I don't know why they decided to do such a thing, but it annoyed the shit out of me. I was mad the entire time for that last session, and there was even parts where the art style overpowered the gameplay necessity. Meaning there was that same part that I'm talking about had flames at the bottom, but the flames, because of the certain art aesthetic and whatever filters they may apply to the assets that make a flame in that game, covered up too much of the bottom portion of the screen and not really signify that it is a danger or a threat to your character unless you die to it. And not only that, the entire final section has way too much screen shake. The screen is shaking so much in order to add gravitas to all the explosions and changing terrain around you, and I understand the purpose of it, and it does do so very well. But it's overboard, because now at times when I'm running through this entire section, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna go. It's very fucking frustrating. You don't know what's on screen at any given moment is a terrible decision or choice when it comes to platforming and precision platforming especially. But all of that being said, though, everything else about the game was perfect. The music was astounding. It was very cinematic, light, very you know what I'm saying, how can you say, strings and horns, orchestral undertones, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's a very cinematic type of soundtrack. It's something that you would hear from, say, a modern day silent film that's accompanied with only music and no dialogue, which is pretty much the case here. And the most dialogue you will get throughout this game will be the slight bits of narrations and little crumbs of narration that you receive from the spirit tree itself throughout the game. Everything else will come from your little helper. I forget her name, but she's basically a Navi from Ocarina of Time. For those who know and don't know, it would be hard to believe that someone doesn't know. But Navi is basically just a companion that explains the world to you without having your protagonist speak, because of the silent protagonist trope. So yeah, it was an amazing experience. I still say it was a 9 out of 10 game. Would have been a 10 out of 10 if not for that final section being so cheap. But everything else is perfect. 9.5 even. Everything else was perfect. Everything was perfect. Like, there's a section right before you get to the end where you had to go into these different rooms. I think it's like 6 different rooms, and they all challenge you with different types of puzzles to solve or platforming sections to solve. And they were all astounding. I had so much fun doing all of that, and I wanted more. And by the time I wanted more and I realized that it was fun, I was already moving on to the next section, and I pretty much blazed through the game. You know, I'm surprised that I did. So yeah, it was hard difficulty. First playthrough, Ori and the Blind Forest completed. Amazing game. Now, as for the news, one of the things that I want to preface is that the most important thing right now is we got a lot of good games coming, man. We got No More Heroes 3 on the horizon. Neo, The World Ends With You is already out here. We just got Ace Attorney, the new Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We just got the announcements and the upcoming release of Metroid Dread. Psychonauts 2 is coming in days. So it's a lot of good stuff. Now, I just want y'all to know that I cannot wait personally. I am super hyped for all of this. Most of these games that are coming out right now are either sequels or something from my childhood or teenage years that I've loved, or something that I played a few years back and fell deeply in love with. So I highly recommend any of you out there, especially No More Heroes 3. No More Heroes 3 got me through some college days. A silly, stupid game that I really needed to play. And I really do suggest all of you to play it. There's no excuse to miss out on it. It's on the Wii, it's on the PlayStation 3, and the entire trilogy, well, the first 2 games are also on PC. I'm not sure if 3's coming to PC or not. I want to know. I hope so. But yeah, I can't wait. Great game. Looks like it's shaping up to be an amazing game, and one of the best trailers in the Game Awards 2019, by the way. Don't forget that. Man, was that really 2019 and we're in 2021? Shit. Anyway, and 2021 is almost over. So yeah, that's everything that I can give you on that. So it's about time to jump right into the news. First thing on the docket, we'll go ahead and just let you know off the bat from charlieintel.com. A cheap provider is unfortunately already offering hacks for Battlefield 2042. This is complete trash, and these people, I get that they're trying to get their money, but I don't know if one person's bag is worth millions of people's happiness. Like, that right there don't vibe with me, and it shouldn't vibe with anybody. You taking it to an extent that's way too far, number one. 2, you making the block hot for all the other people that's in the same line of business, because here you is doing the shit way too soon. Sit your dumb ass down for a bit, bro. Oh, you probably, it's likely that he got all the information on how to make these, I guess you could say software aids through the open beta that they held earlier last week. But dude, all people had was the open beta. Why are you having it available now? Why are you doing this? Like, relax. But nah, it's just idiocy. But anyway, next on the docket, there's not much else to say about that. GamerPurist.com, Alice Asylum's development picks up pace with debut narrative outline. So basically, Alice Asylum is supposed to be a prequel. Why can't I talk right now? A prequel to the American McGee's Alice and the Alice Madness Returns games. And both were, well, the original was a PC title. Eventually had a special port to PlayStation 3 included with American McGee's Alice, the sequel. And now here we have this working through a, what was it? Was it a, I think it's either Patreon or I think it was completely hosted through Patreon or some other crowdsource funding website. I can't recall, but it is indeed by the man himself, American McGee. And he gives updates regularly on Twitter, and those updates will be available, it seems, with a 3-day waiting period for those who aren't one of the top donors within this Patreon. So yeah, it's all there and ready to go. The outline to the entire fucking plot, I suppose. Sounds great. And I can't wait for the next best, because those were decent, very inventive and unique games, and I want to see more. And I have faith that he'll do a good job. So next over here on the docket, the official website saintsrow.com was updated, and it's saying the word rebooting in graffiti on the wall, saying keep it strange? I'm not sure. And then it says Danzig, which is a band, but it's misspelled with 2 Z's and all types of other stuff. But yeah, I see a bit of graffiti that just might allude to our next installment of Saints Row, saying rebooting. And people are assuming that it might be a reboot, but honestly, if you look at the ending of Saints Row 4, you would see that they had access to time travel. So we don't know what's gonna come up. They could reboot, change, alternate, whatever they want to do. And I think it's gonna be interesting. So we might get something announced either today or sometime this coming week at Gamescom. So just cross your fingers and hope for the best. Next on the docket, relyonhorror.com. Dead by Daylight loses Stranger Things content will no longer be sold. Basically, like we reported about this a few weeks back, but to reiterate that it's officially come now. The IP of Stranger Things is within Dead by Daylight is going the way of GTA and its past installments, whereas the rights to the music was used in GTA eventually expired. Therefore, they had to remove those music files from the official game that you buy from Steam. This same thing is going to go on with Dead by Daylight, which is that you can no longer purchase the Dead by Daylight DLC that is related to Stranger Things. Therefore, you will still have the content if you already purchased it, but it no longer will be acquirable for new people. And that's pretty much everything that you need to know about that. I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles, and that's just the deal that they signed up for. Anywho's, and lastly, Intra Games. I guess these are like some new kids on the block. I don't know anything about them, but there's a trailer that dropped on the 18th called Ultra Age Launch Trailer. And Ultra Age looks pretty fucking dope. It looks like a character action game, somewhat reminiscent of the Bayonetta Devil May Cry God of Wars. And y'all know that's my type of jam and it's right up my alley, and I look for combat depth, and I really would like to see more from it. I like the visuals, they look amazing, and everyone is just comparing and saying that this character seems to be Noctis but well animated with a better moveset. And I can't argue with that, and I won't rest on that statement completely, but I'm not going to act like they didn't come for him. So, you know, they got a point. But it looks fucking dope, and I can't wait. And apparently it's supposed to be released on the 9th of September. So let's see what happens. But that shit looks nice. And that's everything that we got on the docket for y'all this week. And don't forget, alright, this whole month is the Metroid month, the month of Metroidvanias. Meaning that if we do still have time, because I'm being slowly convinced to play Metroid Prime Trilogy, which I really don't. But we're coming up to a point where we're just gonna end up playing Metroid Prime probably. And just be on the lookout. The channel will be there. And also, don't forget the channel motto. Intentions are the most important. Actions ain't nothing but loud, and words don't mean a damn thing. Go ahead and check out Twitter and Twitch. We are slowly growing but surely. I really thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate the people who show up to the streams. We are already at 124 followers, and it's climbing every day. So I can't wait to see y'all. And it seems that we has a good time. And there's people trying to convince me to play more Apex on stream as well, because they say it's very enjoyable content. So who knows? I just might. Who knows? But anyway, y'all take care. Have a good time. Enjoy yourselves. Love each other. Love yourselves. Love your family and yourself. And love, peace, and head grease. I don't know what else to say. Alright, it's 4 in the morning. Almost 5 in the morning. Alright, so I'm just gonna go. Alright, now bye. Have a good week. I'll see you next week. Bye. Peace. It's got a few slight roughness around the edges. Oh my god, what just killed me? I don't know how I died. How am I supposed to improve? Nope. If you grab onto a wall holding the right trigger and you press down to slide down the wall, if you become disconnected from the wall, pressing down will make you slam right into the flames that is killing me at that part. And that wall is not properly tested because it registers as a flat surface halfway down the fucking wall. It's fucking dumb, bro.